Let's say that you've just received an award from USAID or possibly some other United States federal agency. You know you're going to have to do reporting and work plans, and you're going to need to submit artifacts to the funding agency. In addition, you know you need to comply with the Open Data Initiative. How would you organize all of that information? Using email as a filing system is usually too risky, so how would you handle it? Integrated Pest Management at Virginia Tech found themselves in just that situation. They received a USAID Feed the Future Award, where they work in coordination with other U.S. universities, international agricultural research centers, and other institutions to manage 8 projects, each addressing a different issue. Research is being conducted by 100 researchers in 7 Feed the Future countries. Coordinating data collection, reporting, and travel was quite a challenge. Using their requirements as a guide, our team at the Biocomplexity Institute of Virginia Tech developed an online web portal for IPM so that they could spend less time on coordination and more time doing research. The system is designed to make it as easy as possible to add researchers to the portal. Users apply for user accounts, indicating what projects they need access to and what roles or permissions they need per project. Administrators receive email notifications to let them know that an application for account has been received. From the IPM-IL portal, they can approve the account, edit the account to adjust the user's permissions, or reject the user's application. Once the user's account is approved, they will receive notification that they can log into the system. When a user logs into the IPM-IL portal, they are presented with a portal view that is customized based on their permissions. On the right side of the page is a list of notifications. This reminds the user of artifacts that require their attention, such as overdue trip reports or user accounts awaiting approval. The top navigation bar allows users to select between the different modules available to them. An administrator user would see all of the options you see here, but a regular non-administrative user might only see travel, reporting, and documents. The secondary navigation bar lists actions associated with a selected module from the primary navigation bar. It is also based on the logged-in user's permissions. The content frame of the portal displays a list of artifacts related to the selected action. For example, if the selected action was travel requests, then the content listing would include a list of travel requests for the current fiscal year. From here, the user can either create new travel requests or edit existing ones. From the top of the portal, the user can change the fiscal year to view historical artifacts or select their profile to change their contact information. The IPM Innovation Laboratory is required to submit 3 reports to USAID over the course of the year, a technical work plan submitted before the fiscal year, and 2 semiannual reports in April and October. PIs start development of the technical work plans by downloading a template provided by the IPM-IL administrators that is available from the portal. After filling in their parts of the report, they upload their reports into the system and submit them to the IPM-IL administrators, who collate the consolidated technical work plan and send it to USAID. The semiannual reports follow a similar workflow, but they also include publications and long-term and short-term training. The IPM-IL portal makes it easy for PIs and their colleagues to enter this data as it becomes available instead of waiting until the semiannual report is due. USAID requires IPM to submit a travel matrix ahead of the coming fiscal year that identifies how many international trips will be required in support of their Feed the Future program. Using the portal, PIs submit travel plans in advance of the upcoming fiscal years that include the number of trips they plan to take per country. IPM-IL administrators revise the numbers as needed and use the system to generate a travel matrix for submission to USAID. Once USAID and IPM come to an agreement on the travel matrix is marked as approved. Users of the system can then submit travel requests against the matrix. When a user fills out a travel request, they can see how many trips are left available to them and choose accordingly. IPM users are expected to submit travel requests 30 days in advance of travel, and they are also supposed to submit trip reports within 30 days of their return. Travel requests that exceed the number of trips on the matrix that do not have sufficient lead time or that are submitted by projects that have overdue trip reports will be flagged and the request may be denied. Trip reports can be submitted for travel that has been completed. IPMIL administrators uploaded a template that they want their PIs to follow when typing up their trip reports. According to the USAID Open Data Initiative, research data collected on the Feed the Future grants should be made available in a machine-readable format to USAID's Data Development Library, so it can be made public for other researchers. In this way, data that is funded by federal agencies can be used to advance other research efforts. The IPMIL portal makes it easy for the PIs to submit data they consider possible open data candidates to IPM for their consideration. The IPMIL administrators review the data. If they feel the data is ready for submission to the DDL, they can submit the data set to USAID through the DDL website. If they believe that the data set is incomplete or requires further normalization, they can send comments back to the PI so they can revise the data set and submit it again. Although the IPMIL portal was developed with IPM's workflows in mind, the application is built to be configurable for other innovation laboratories. The project management module allows innovation laboratories to define their own hierarchy of awards and subawards. The user management module includes a role management feature, so user roles and permissions can be added or changed in response to local workflows. The configuration module allows the administrators to upload templates for the semiannual report, the technical work plan, and the trip report. If an innovation laboratory requires more significant workflow changes, the infrastructure for the portal is generic enough that enhancements can be implemented and deployed quickly. Thank you for listening to our overview about the IPMIL portal. If you're interested in finding out how the web portal might work for you in your innovation laboratory, please feel free to contact me, Mandy Wilson, at the Biocomplexity Institute at Virginia Tech. Thank you.